Hey, Dan. Where'd my nose go? Hey guys, last time we were here, we were landing down from a Pegasus. And did we save? Yeah, we did.
This is our last save.
So, we are dark outside, and was it our first that we saw the church and we read the note?
Oh, we need to go back to the church.
Oh, well, there's a note, and we'll go to the church and show you, guys.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember what happens when you go into the church.
You slide your fingers along the edge of the card, narrowly avoiding a cut.
That was close. We have to begin every game with this library card. I'm sorry.
He has never, ever gotten, injured, but he's only been sick.
Yeah, he has been sick.
That's it.
Okay.
He's basically he's like the most, well, it says on the thing till dusk to dawn.
Yeah,
for that
so let's
church.
go check on the church.
The bells are ringing.
The church bell is tolling. Trees seemingly form a wall here, barring your passage to the north.
It is time to enter the church.
A beautiful stained glass window depicts a radiant full moon. It is certainly one of the more unique images you have seen on a church. Trees seeming...
I see eyes. Look, there's eyes.
Where? I can't see because from my perspective.
Right there. See, there's eyes looking at you.
Oh no, you guys will see that. It is time to enter the church.
So something is looking at us here.
And
See if we can speak.
You get no response.
Hey, Werewolf.
Hi, what y'all doing?
Do you want
doing over
Do you
there?
want to see my library card? We need to use a library card on the church.
No, we don't do that.
Finding the door unlocked and unbarred, you enter the church.
Okay.
I can't see what it looks like. Oh yeah, I still can't see really good.
A hideous statue of a grinning fiend forms an archway leading to the church's outdoor cemetery.
Shut this
Oh, it's very Cyclops guy. Just look
the
there.
book.
Okay, hold on.
Candles burn solemnly in the dead of night.
Look at the book, look at the book.
Hold on, look at
The monk is dressed in a simple ankle-length robe. A belt of thick leather is tied around his ample waist. He wears worn sandals. The symbol of the faith is displayed prominently in the church.
Look at the book.
The image of the radiant full moon floods into the church, spilling a circular white light over the floor.
Okay, I am ready.
A stone cherub is positioned near the archway. The Church of Kalima is where its citizens come to pray, confess their sins, and offer a penance, usually in the form of a coin.
Okay. So there's a little book here.
Looks like if you've ever seen the SpongeBob episode where they're selling chocolate, it looks like that. If you guys have seen that video, Dad throwing a meme of that.
You look over the Bible, which appears to be many decades old. You open it and find that an otherwise blank page at the front has been written on. It is dated over 20 years ago.
To all those who have heard the word, we are the chosen few, blessed by the spirits of the wild.
Stop. Read louder, okay? Start
Okay.
over. Start over.
To all those who have heard the word, we are the chosen few, blessed by the spirits of the wild. Destined for greatness, concealed by the cloth. The cloth?
Cloth.
By the cloth. There is but one challenge we must overcome.
You return the Bible to where you found
bogus,
it.
man.
You also notice that a page from the Bible has fallen onto the floor.
Oh
Hold on.
You
Okay.
pick up the fallen page and read it. The words appear to
I'll
have
read
been written recently. Shine, why early, newborn sun, when sadly we'd nearly won.
That's okay. This is the. Hold on. Here we go.
no! Something we need.
You read the Bible page again. Shine, why early, newborn sun, when sadly we'd nearly won.
So every word in that little poem you just read starts with either an N, an S, a W, or an E. And that's because it's north, south, east, and west. That's the key how to get through the swamp, so you don't get lost. Okay? Every time you play one of these adventure games, if you find a piece of paper that's got words written on it, weird sounding words that all start with N, S, W, or E, they're directions. Okay?
North, south, west, and east.
East and whatever.
What about the monk? What if save right here and click on the monk?
Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna save right here.
Click on the monk.
Save in the church.
In the church. Bitteren in the church.
Okay,
Bitteren
so
in
hold
the
on.
church.
1 second. I'm gonna move because I want to read this Bible again. But I'll read it. I know
Yeah,
it's
I
kind
don't
of.
know.
You notice a Bible on the inn.
We can't
Oh my
read
Nelly,
it.
come on now. I should have done great.
You look over the Bible.
Concealed by the cloth, there is but one challenge we must overcome before the future can be set in stone. The simple people of Kalima cling still to the memory of their former ruler. Even now, years after his fate's dark turn, they retain their hope that he will not forsake them. As long as this is so, our goal cannot be attained. So, my brothers, it is our duty to see the land cleansed of its blight. Do not fear our enemy. Our faith, purpose, and power will guide us to the future we were promised.
You return
Oh,
the Bible
dang it!
to
I
where
can't
you
read that
found
fast.
it.
Hold on.
Hey, control yourself. You might have children someday, and they won't benefit from a father with
Touching
embarrassing
Oh, sorry. Okay, I wonder what the heck was going on. So now I gotta move all the way again and to the Bible. Okay, so I'll read the last part now.
You look over.
Okay, a path has been found to him, O brothers. Let him hear the warning howls. The cloth will be lifted for all time, and our songs will echo to the end of him, his influence, and his family. Our time is at hand.
Lone.
Lowolf.
No, lone.
Oh, Lone Wolf. I thought that was an H. Lone Wolf. Okay.
You return the Bible to
High
where you
five.
found it.
Lone wolf. Like
There you go.
Lone wolf.
Yeah, like Lone Wolf. I get it. I see. But I thought the N was. I
Talk
thought
to
it was
him.
an H.
Talk to the priest now. The monk.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay,
The
Oliver.
monk.
The monk is in deep prayer and does not respond to your words.
Touch him. Take the
Oh.
fingers of fingerly fingers. Use your library card. Wait, no. What must we do? What must we do? Touch him with the fingers of fingers, the hands of hands.
It is a simple but carefully woven pendant of seagrass. A shiny opal dangles from it. The monk is a man of simple needs. He will not accept anything you offer him.
Touch him with the finger.
Man, I don't know how to do. Hold on. Shh, hold on. Okay, that's it.
Feeling humbled, you kneel down to pray. You rise again after a few moments. The monk stirs, stands, and turns to face you.
Talk to him.
Okay.
Father, I go now to a place of darkness. While I am stout of heart, the path laid down before me is unclear. I seek only the knowledge that my passage be illuminated by heavenly favor, and a prayer that I may make it through.
The monk gives you a reassuring smile and pats you on the shoulder. He then lifts a silver cross from around his neck and places it in your hands.
Thank you.
You are welcome, my child.
You can talk?
Of course.
I thought monks were forbidden from speaking.
Not all churches follow the same rules, and this church is quite unique.
Really? How so?
The monk just smiles placidly at you.
Huh. Yeah, there's something fishy going on in this church, I tell you.
What about that
baby.
cross? Why does that cross look weird?
About this crucifix.
I believe you will find the cross to be of immense value. It has come to us at a huge price.
It was expensive?
I mean that it has cost us more than any value to be in possession of it.
And why did he give it to Graham? That's what I...
It attracts the werewolf because it's silver and it's shiny.
I don't know.
If I may ask, why is it that you only open the church at dusk?
We find the late hours more favorable.
Surely then you would not have many in your congregation.
Yes, that is true.
What do you know of the Count?
Only that he is a heathen, a blasphemer. You serve God well by going there, my child. Bless you.
The monk smiles at you, turns back to the altar, kneels, and resumes his prayers.
I don't trust him.
I don't either. I have something fishy going on here. Something bad. Okay, here's the...
Why is there a werewolf on the statue?
That's a gargoyle, son.
Oh! This is where it takes us to that one place.
What?
Remember? The
You've
gargoyle
never been
grabs us.
terribly fond of gargoyles, and this one isn't likely to sway your opinion.
The gargoyle.
It is likely that only the most devout believers have been buried in there.
And then the gargoyle what?
The gargoyle grabs you and takes you to that one place where you have to fight all the zombies.
I think you're thinking about King's Quest V, 6, with Alexander. When he has to go
You
down
just
the
said
world.
his name!
They don't know who it is. They don't know who it is.
Oh,
They don't know who it is.
who's that?
Alexander the Great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever we do King Quest 6, you guys will know who
Yeah.
Alexander is.
We don't know who he is before that anyway. Just don't worry about it.
We play him
Hey.
in the game.
Okay, so hold on.
Lester Williamson, 1300 to 1345. Here lies a man who feared all bugs, too scared to even lift his rugs. For if he had, he would have found insects that make little sound, with bites so deadly for their size that surely did cause his
He only
demise.
lived 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
So he only
Rarlop Neven, 985 to 1015.
How many
The
years is
jester
that?
joked his life away until a quip he made one day insulted was a barren son who had this poor old jester hung.
He's 30 years old.
30? They're all young.
Rulash Thompson, 1370 to 1441. Never in all his living years had he ever seen such sights. For hours did he stare at them, those beautiful, dazzling lights. So happy was he that he'd been able to live to see this night. But down a cliff he blindly fell, for the lights had been too bright.
I don't get that one.
Rebecca Twintle, 1250 to 1273. In that usual daring way of hers, she threw caution to the wind. Late one eve she risked a venture, and went out to sea with him. Totally in love she was, so filled with careless whim, that when he threw her overboard, she never thought to swim.
Hey.
What?
you don't get it. Like she was so in love with him.
This is the church cemetery. Given how many souls have been laid to rest over the many years, you imagine this place has seen its share of sorrow.
Check in the house of...
It is likely that only the most devout believers, the trees stretch their finger-like branches across the church cemetery.
Okay. I think probably that's the only ones we can read.
This is the
Okay, so... Oh, wait, oh.
Faith Cinders, 998 to 1029. Alas, my dear, you've come too near to your heart's great desire. It seems that now you've run afoul, and should not have lit that fire.
What? I don't get it.
She lit a campfire and then she accidentally tripped
Judas
and
Morton, 1365 to 1415. Here lies a foolish non-believer, with shame deep is this hole. Even God, though wise and powerful, cannot save his wretched soul.
Then why did he go to this church?
He didn't.
Then why did
Oh,
they...
okay, let's see what this one... Right here.
In this dark hole lies one brave soul, whose questing for glory has taken its toll.
Oh, he didn't even have a name.
Here lies the Odnarb family. Evidently they were well respected to have their own area.
Wait, it said
Lyat
adventurer.
O'Malif, 1200 to 1256. She was a lady with strange habits, who as friends kept only rabbits. When time came her hunger due, her friends all wound up in her stew. The other creatures, also bunnies, found this not remotely funny, So their swift revenge they sought, the kitchen in her sleep they brought, heaved her into the large pot, which was, regretfully, much too hot.
Huh. How many more of these can I read? This is kind of interesting.
Bridget O. Troublewater, 1248 to
Bridget over
1299.
troubled water, yeah.
During the annual house inspection, she spied a mirror and its reflection. For days she lovingly gazed at it, unable to sleep or eat or sit. With the last of her earthly power, there she remained till her final hour. This is the...
Okay, so...
Here lies the odd...
Okay, I guess that's it.
Wait, what? I still want to know whose grave that is.
It doesn't say.
It says adventurer. Is that Graham?
Goulash Thompson. Charles Bucket, 1189 to 1232. He'd go out in the pouring rain and risk becoming wet. He'd never dry off afterwards, so very sick he'd get.
Oh, brother.
In this dark hole lies one brave soul whose questing for glory has taken its toll.
Whose
Oh.
quest for glory.
Yeah, it's another game by Sierra, Quest for Glory. Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
There's so much quest for glory stuff. There was that first one on the mountain. Now there's this.
Yeah, they're just making reference to the other game.
Oh.
This is AGD. They're just paying homage to it.
Oh.
Homage. So we can actually play Quest for Glory. It's fun. Okay, so let's book out of here.
Imagine if it just turns daylight outside and he's like, "Get out of here!"
No, it won't. It won't turn daylight for quite a while.
Those eyes.
Okay, so let's go.
Let's go to the swamp.
Let's go.
With
Oh no! I can't do anything.
Cross.
For
They
a
ran
minute there, you thought those wolves were going to attack. Curious as to why they didn't, you decide to follow them.
Wait. No, I would never do this.
You see the monk standing alone outside the church. Then you notice the two wolves approaching him.
Oh, wait a minute.
You are about to yell a warning to the monk, but the words die in your throat as the man steps forward and pats the wolves' heads.
Yeah. Okay.
No, my brothers, we must not hurt him. Not yet. He will go to the heathen's abode. He will do what needs to be done. What if he does not? Then, my brothers, we will complete the task before us, the one we began many years ago.
Oh man. I think it means he's changing.
It's Dracula.
You quickly move away from the
No, he's
church,
not.
your
He's a
heart
werewolf.
racing faster with every step. You have a good idea now what will happen once the moon comes out in full, and you do not want to be anywhere near here when it does.
Where?
One thing's for sure, you're not getting married in that church.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh man, the good puns they make up in King's Quest.
Yeah, let's get this book. Oh, look, now there's a bunch of eyes looking at us.
You're going the wrong way.
I'm just looking around. Hold on.
This is not Possum's house.
Yeah, I know.
That's Possum's house.
Something tells me I don't think Possum's there.
Go to Possum's house.
You mean the old lady's house?
The old lady or Mrs.
Yeah.
Wolf.
No.
I don't know what happened yet. Go to Possum's house now.
May I? Can I do that? Thanks.
No.
Okay.
You just ran away.
Where is the house? It was right there on the beach.
You go down. You go down now. You go down. You go downwards. Downwards. Downwards again.
Okay.
And then
there,
over is Possum's house.
Now, okay, see the lights are on.
There's steam outside.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a...
Smoke rises from the chimney.
What do you think?
What a gorgeous...
Okay.
You can see light in the window. Somebody might be home.
Possum's home.
You open the mail.
Oh, they've already got their mail. Look at that.
No, we've checked it.
Yeah, but there was something in it. We read it. What about it?
Oh, sir, have you seen my little granddaughter? She ventured to the town to buy food for me, but has not yet returned. I fear she may be in peril. The forest is not safe at night.
Oh, dang. Well, we
It's
can't.
Possum.
We can't. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's Possum.
Do we
can't
tell her?
We can't even. What?
Do we tell her?
Tell her what?
It's Possum. What are you doing?
You consider.
I'm just joking. Okay, so what do you think is Possum?
Yeah, you gotta go find Possum.
Yeah, I know. I realize that, but I'm just wondering why it's such a shock to you that it's Possum.
You hear the sound of a child sobbing nearby.
Well, who could that be?
I don't know. Oh, there she is.
As you approach, you recognize the child. It is Possum, the little girl you helped earlier today.
It was actually yesterday.
No, this is nighttime.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you all right? What happened?
I went into town to buy some chicken soup for my grandma. I always try to reach home before dark, but this eve I lost my way and was attacked.
Attacked? A wolf attacked you?
No, not by a wolf.
Seems a wolf.
Dwarf.
For a
A
moment,
dwarf?
you're not sure
Tim
that you
Conway?
heard correctly.
What in
A
the?
dwarf, did you say?
Uh-huh. He jumped out at me, took my food, and then ran away.
That dwarf
Listen,
story.
I'm going to try to find this dwarf that you say stole your food. You get back to your grandma, understand?
Possum nods, says a soft thank you, and heads back home.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Remember?
Okay, there she's boot scooting home. Okay, so we gotta go back to see the dwarf.
The
First of all, let's save right here. Save.
Where does the dwarf live? Oh! Remember that wooden house? The dwarf. On to the dwarf. It's upwards. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It's a pumpkin. Sassy pumpkin.
You're usually right about this stuff. Hold on.
There's a wooden house, and that's where the dwarf.
Repressing the urge to burst into song, you choose instead to quietly admire the area.
Oh.
Repressing the urge.
Okay.
The drinks.
Well,
walk
here's the
out.
deal.
Wait, it's the.
I know where the dwarf lives. I can't find it.
Where is this house?
Hang on.
I'm talking about?
There it is.
You watch as a little man runs out of the door, which has been built into a tree. You surmise that you have found the culprit's home. The vague aroma of chicken soup confirms it. That fiend.
Go inside the house.
Okay, so I need to save right here.
Wait, what if you go after him? Replace.
Okay. Let's go. Come on. No. No. Oh gosh, Graham. Come on. Golly.
Finding the door ajar, you
Yeah,
cautiously
it's
open
open.
it and step inside the tree.
Go, baby, go.
Whoa.
We gotta hurry up. I don't know where that door's going.
He comes back, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, look at this. Hold
It's
on.
a chicken soup.
There is a pot of chicken soup boiling over the fire.
Oh.
These rough-hewn stumps resemble a makeshift dining table suite. You imagine that a real dining table suite must be next on the dwarf's to-steal list. It's a large, empty barrel balancing on the rickety table. An old trunk rests in the corner of this hovel.
Look in the trunk.
That's not a knife. The knife you found under a rock one time? Now that was a knife.
That's a Crocodile Dundee thing. You've never seen that movie, but it's on Crocodile Dundee.
Upon opening the trunk, you find a number of items that the dwarf has obviously stolen and stashed away. Among them are some gold coins. They display the distinctive face of the first king. They could only have come from the magic chest of Daventry.
Okay. There. Yeah. Check it, baby.
You grab the handle of the bubbling pot of chicken soup. You take it with you.
I'll take it now.
It is locked. The
Why do you-
pictures, although lovely to look at, are totally useless to you. That's not.
Okay, let's get out of here.
The knife you found on the rock one time? Now that's a knife.
Save.
I don't know what you're talking about. Got the soup. No, you should write chicken.
Okay.
Chicken. Big chicken.
Big chicken. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna try to get. Oh.
Those hats wouldn't fit you. Fortunately,
I get it.
you suspect it to be very hot, and the surface of these stumps is rough and uneven. You certainly wouldn't want to sit on them.
Okay, let's book out of here.
Book it. Save right here so you don't have to go.
Hold on.
To book it.
You hear the latch fall into place again as the door closes behind you.
Oh man, maybe he's locked himself out. Okay. Hope he's locked himself out.
I hope you did.
That'd be so funny.
No, I can't. I can't get in my little stump home.
Oh come on, yo, there it is.
Why can't I get in my stump? This
There's
is
nothing in there anyway. We just stole everything from him, that little booger. See, so he stole from the.
Welcome.
Yes.
Come in, please. Possum told me to expect you.
It's not a wolf.
Oh, there she is. Possum, see? Possum asleep.
In here. Give her
The painting on the wall looks like an artist's depiction of a Kalima landscape. You wonder who painted this. It is a portrait of a young man. He looks somewhat familiar.
Somewhat familiar.
The
Wait.
little girl is fast asleep.
the outside.
No, it's just an interior view of what's going on.
Possum's grandmother owns an antique table. Its carvings are lovely.
Remember when it said it's next to
A humble
stillness?
fire flickers in the small fireplace.
Just give her the.
Okay.
Give her the chicken soup.
It is a little too cold to be serving to frail old ladies.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So
Talking so long.
no.
You place the now cold chicken soup over the crackling fire once more. After it heats up to eating temperature, you remove it again.
Okay.
Dwarf.
You offer the soup to Possum's grandma, introduce yourself, and wait courteously while the frail elderly lady eats the nourishing meal. When she is finished, she sets the empty bowl down elsewhere and turns her attention towards you.
Talk to her.
She ate her chicken soup, and we just got done eating our ice cream from Sonic, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
I had an Oreo cheesecake. Master shakes are good.
Yeah, they are. I had a Reese's peanut butter cup Sonic Blast. I think it was epic. I don't bet you had M&M Blast. Did he eat all this?
He had an M&M Master Shake.
No, he didn't have Master Chef. He just had Blast.
If you would like to speak with me for a while, I would welcome your company. A person should never turn away a visitor, especially when she reaches the twilight of her life.
You can't help but feel a sense of finality in the old woman's words.
You must have something in return for your kindness. You do not need to risk your safety for an old, worn-out woman like myself. Look under the bed. You should find something to keep you a little warmer on a cold night like this.
Okay.
It's something we need, actually, in the game. We use it.
You peer under the bed and find a thick black cloak. Lying atop it is a beautiful ruby-encrusted ring.
Oh.
You pick both up with reverence.
I could not possibly take these fine things from you.
Oh, please. I want you to have them. Nights in Kolima are cold, believe me. As for the ring, well, perhaps it is better that I do not have it to remind me.
As you wish.
I just thought about something. We've got a youth potion.
Oh, we give her the youth potion!
Hang on a second.
And it turns her young again. Give her the youth potion.
Hold on. Just in case this is wrong, let's save. Let's save.
I really want to see what happens.
Save.
Little old grandma.
Okay, replace.
Youth. Youth?
Okay.
Give
So let's see what happens.
He's right.
Oh, look at the cloak. Hold on, let's look at the cloak.
The black cloak would fit a taller man than you.
Okay, so...
It's Batman. Remember when you
okay,
saw the
The
bat
ring
thing
is
back there?
gold with an enormous red ruby. The word beloved is engraved inside the gold band. These coins each have the distinctive face of the first king.
Okay, wait.
Give her the use potion.
Hang on.
It is a shiny silver cross dangling from a silver chain.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Give the use potion.
I got you.
The elderly lady is not interested
No,
in that.
okay. I think we gotta use this. We gotta use it later.
We have to use it when we get to the very end of the game.
Yeah. We gotta use it later. Okay.
Wait, what if you drink it right in front of her and see what happens?
Hold on.
Curious as to whether the youth potion lives up to its name, you drink every last drop of the blue liquid.
What? Is she gonna cross?
Planning to start your life over? Unfortunately, your fair
No.
maiden won't be
It
around
still looks like you
by
got
the
a bra
time
on
you
there.
become interested in
No,
women
it's
again.
his arm hair.
Okay, so the youth potion was no. We don't need the youth potion. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to try to get the cloak. I want to put the cloak on. You got a lot of stuff here, man.
With a flourish, you fling the black cloak around your neck and fasten it.
Okay.
Wait, let me see what...
You have a charming young granddaughter.
Put it on.
Grandma smiles at you graciously.
She is a treasure to me. I would do anything to ensure that no harm comes to her.
If I may inquire, what became of her parents?
Grandma frowns, and her eyes darken for a moment before she forces a melancholy smile to her face.
They were lost to us many years ago. I am afraid dear Possum never really knew her parents.
It must have been a daunting task raising a child by yourself, especially at your
Yeah. Don't
At
ever.
my age,
Yeah. Don't ever.
I am
make me
certainly
know.
not as young as I used to be, and there is no shame in that. I have tried to raise her as best I could to keep her safe and well. However, I fear that as of late the reverse has become truer.
If you please, I was hoping you might tell me of the cloak and ring's origin.
The old woman closes her eyes as if the memory she seeks is painful to her senses.
They were my husband's. He was a proud man, the last of his line. His family had been rich, a great deal of old money, you might say. They lived in that castle you might have seen to the north. Its location upon that island is evidence of how much they valued their privacy. He was a good man, my husband.
She's on.
He took care of me. Certainly he had his strange habits. Most men do, if you would pardon me for saying so. I suspect that he practiced magic, so I could never catch him in the act. He would frequently journey afar, taking that black cloak with him wherever he went, to places he would not talk about. He said that it represented something important to a certain group of people, and that I was never to mention it to anyone. But he was always there for me, always, until that fateful night. We had been married just over a year, and I was heavy with child. We were both out walking in the Werewolf forest late one night. The air was warm, and in our youth we paid little attention to the world and its many dangers. Besides, there was a full moon. We could see clearly enough. A shadow passed over us. We looked up, thinking it might have been a stray cloud. It was not. Descending upon us like a demon was the largest, most hideous bat I had ever seen. Its fangs were bared, and it dove straight for me. I must have screamed. My husband flung himself in front of me to protect me. He swung his arms about frantically in hopes of warding the horrid thing away. Perhaps he was trying to cast a spell, but could not recall how in Hispanic. It paid him no heed and would not be deterred. It swooped again and again relentlessly. At one point, my husband's hand must have clipped the bat's wing because it lost control and crashed into his shoulder. He tried to wrest the foul creature away, but then he shrieked suddenly. The horrid thing had bitten him.
It's perfect. Just saying.
He never did recover from that incident. He just faded with each passing hour. Within 2 days of the attack, my husband had died. We buried him on his family's plantation on the island. Sometimes when I sleep, I can feel him watching over me, guarding me, protecting me. I think he is waiting for my time to come so we can be together always.
The old lady seems to be dozing off. You can barely hear her final words.
I miss him so.
Telling the story has clearly taken a great deal out of her. You watch the old woman a moment and notice her labored breathing as she sleeps. Despite the little girl's tireless daily efforts, perhaps there's nothing more to be done.
She's dead?
No, she's just dying. She's old.
That cape is nice.
A worn armchair sits in a corner of the room. A beautiful vase is filled with pretty flowers. This is the home of Possum's grandma. It is comfortably furnished. Frilly curtains cover the windows, flowers are in the vases. The elderly woman is lying on a wooden bed in a cloud of pillows and coverlets.
Okay, I think that's all I can do here.
What about Possum?
I don't think it'll let me talk to Possum. She's asleep.
The little girl is sound asleep. Do not wake her.
Okay, so let's go. I don't. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know what to do now, but here we go.
Sister Agatha, my dear, tell me you have good news.
The king has arrived in Kalima, father.
That is not what I meant.
Yes. Well, he appears to be quite resourceful. It seems his reputation was not totally exaggerated.
He's still alive?
For now, but that will change soon, I think. The king has discovered that one of the gems he seeks is in the possession of a colleague of ours. Do you remember? Kaldor.
Yes. Is he still trustworthy?
Totally. Still sharp, and there's no questioning his loyalty. My humblest apologies, father, but would it not have been simpler for you to have dealt with Graham personally?
Fool! Imagine the ensuing chaos where Daventry's king murdered in his own land. How then would I be able to search for the item?
I see.
Failure is not an option.
Understood, father.
Keep me informed, preferably of good King Graham's death.
How long?
No, I think the item is the thing that is found in King's Quest 3 that is taken somewhere and somebody throws it down and breaks it. Okay, when we can play King's Quest 3, but I'm going to make that prediction now because I've played these games a couple times. It never comes out and says what the item is. I don't think it ever actually comes out.
Who
I'm
throws
assuming,
it down and breaks it?
Well, it happens at the very end. We'll get there. But I think somebody throws something down and it breaks. I think that's the item that he's searching for.
What about in the...
I mean, I think it's alluded to that they believe that's the item. And there's a cutscene at the very end of King's Quest 3 that kind of leads you to believe it is. But it's not in this game.
When is King's Quest? When are we going to play King's Quest?
After we get done with this.
Wait, this is King's Quest 2?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't played King's Quest 1 though.
Yeah, we have. We did a long time ago. And but that was the thing. We played it a long time
Did
ago.
we play it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube. Yeah, sure it is.
Oh.
But that's a short game.
Yeah.
It was only 2 episodes. King's Quest 1 is a really short game.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So save.
So after this, we're gonna show you what the item is.
In King's Quest 3. What I think it is. Replace.
Well, actually, you need to look up a video of it and then put it at the very after.
Lady. Okay, hold on.
Lady.
I'm still burning up that Sonic, man. Golly. Okay, so what do we do now?
Go to Sonic and get another chair.
No way. Golly.
I'm talking about what Graham should do.
Wait a minute. Let me think about this. What do we have to do now? I guess we go to the island.
What island?
In the swamp.
Oh, it's in the swamp? I thought it meant the island of Valentine. No. I'm sorry. I think it's
okay, so
islands.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to do. We're at 109 points. It's 185. I want to get full points.
We're missing 74 points.
No, wait. Let's look at all the stuff we have in our before we go.
We still need to figure out what that circle thing does.
This right here is something we use on the island at the very end when we get to Balinese.
The needle. So we need to use the candle.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, the sugar cube.
The sugar cube. Oh yeah, we need to eat that right before we go into the swamp.
Why?
It looks like a normal sugar cube. It does have a bit of sparkle, though.
It will protect us against the poisonous growth of this land. So, right before
what? Poisonous growth?
Yeah, that's what the horse said. Take this sugar cube. It will protect you against the poisonous growth of this land. I think we eat it when we go into the swamp.
We might have to Google this because I don't want to.
I'm pretty sure. We'll save right before we do it.
And then we eat the sugar cube.
Your crystal has become a dazzling emerald. You sense magic in its refracted light.
Okay, so, but that we can use that to if we wanted like a detect magic spell. So that's where we found the bridle, the rock. Oh man, what in the world? What in the world? Okay.
We still need to use the ring.
I don't know what to do with this right here.
We've already used it. Remember, we hypnotized the snake, which was the Pegasus.
We hypnotized the snake. You are
Pegasus,
correct.
Whatever.
What's the fence post for?
The fence post.
Have we already used the fence post or something?
No, we have not used the fence post. We're gonna have to go back and look at these episodes.
It appears to be an ordinary fence picket. Its pointed end reminds you of a stake.
Why?
Yeah, stake. You put a stake through something's heart, but this is King's Quest game. We don't do that. Wait, didn't we have to use the stake for something like really? We gotta use it for that? What do we have to use the stake for?
I'm thinking of something we could use the stake for.
The brooch has an enormous sapphire encircled by 2 rows of glittering diamonds.
Okay, what are we supposed to use the brooch for?
The head of the mallet is made of iron. It has a long wooden handle.
We've used a sword.
Yeah, hold on a second.
I might have to Google what's it.
I seem to think we've already done it.
No, we haven't. We haven't used that yet. We haven't. I gotta go use number 2.
Go ahead.
I will see when I'm done Googling. So I will still be in. Never mind. Also learn.
Okay.
So we don't use the picket.
Okie dokie.
Look, the cape is like.
Oh, it's kind of weird. Look at that.
It looks like it's flappy.
Hold on.
What happened? Save right here and try and walk in there.
I wonder.
Does the cape do anything?
Save. Oh,
nope. It doesn't do anything.
You saw black glow. You did not slow. Turned not away. You've had your day.
My mouth did that perfectly. It's perfect. So perfect.
So let's not go in there. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
so
swamp.
I need you to go get me a pencil. I had one in here and I took them both in there. Go get me a pencil, something to write with, Oliver.
Go,
There's
sir.
one. Thank you. I need a piece of paper. Here's one. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to figure out what our code
Is
is.
south, north, north, south.
No, it's not. Ready?
You read the Bible page again. Shine why early, newborn sun, when sadly we'd nearly won.
East, north.
Dang it, all
You read the Bible page again. Shine why early, newborn sun, when sadly we'd nearly won.
So what is it?
Okay, so this is it.
You read the Bible page again. Shine why early, newborn sun, when sadly we'd nearly won.
WNW. So, here we go. Are you ready?
Yes, the sugar cube.
I'll wait. I just saved. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Go.
One swamp.
South.
West.
West.
I'll tell you.
East. North.
I'll tell you.
South.
Okay.
West.
South.
South.
West.
West.
I'll tell you.
North. And this should be it. This should take us to
The island.
the island. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
And then
Save.
forward.
Save. Now I think we need the thing. Replace.
The cube. Castle. No, eat
Now.
the cube.
Eat the cube.
Eat the sugar cube.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Eat the sugar cube.
Eat the
That
sugar
did-
cube.
That didn't sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. at
After
all.
swallowing the magic sugar cube, you get a feeling of invincibility.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, I'm not sure that's right,
I'm
but
Buff Graham. The Grammist of Graham. The Grammist of Graham.
whoa.
We should
Okay.
have done. Yeah, we need to eat your sugar.
Boatman, I need passage. I said,
I heard. The ghoul's voice chills you to the bone. It speaks with a deep, resonating bitterness. You can't make out a great deal of its face, but what you can see has the hairs on the back of your neck standing on end.
Mr. Just
In life, I would row this boat for the master.
He's got lips.
Long ago
And a
was
tongue.
my untimely death in these waters, but still, I remember many things.
Do you remember your pen?
Laughter,
Do you remember
tears,
the Titans?
joy,
Remember the Alamo?
pain.
I don't remember a thing. When sore throat pain strikes. Okay, I do know I need to get a reed here. Hold on.
You tug forcefully at one of the reeds until it finally breaks free. You put it away and carry it with you.
that's a needle thing or whatever.
No, it's like a piece of bamboo.
may I cross, Sir Boatman?
You have come to raid the master's house.
No, we haven't.
This I know, but care not about.
Oh, we get on.
You should be warned, though. The master is not what he once was. Never has this land known a kinder, more compassionate, and nobler ruler than he.
Oh, this should be no
But
problem.
his fate has long since been decided. Down a dark path he now treads, and he feels naught for anyone nor anything, save for one other. And even that is a rare trait for a Nosferatu.
You freeze. Neither the Door of Destiny nor Neptune mention this count as being undead.
If I may ask, Sir Boatman, how did the swamp come to be here? Is it natural?
No, The ground you stand upon was once farming land and dwellings for the peasantry.
How did it come to be like this?
A score of years passed after the master died, and a great morass opened up, covering the surrounding land with slime and poisoned water. Once rich and fertile, now it is no longer.
The Count has caused this?
It is believed so, for why else would his own castle be spared?
Ah, thank you, Sir Boatman.
Thank you, Sir Boatman.
The boatman has nothing.
Okay, so this is
So now we can.
So this is the ferryman that ferries you across the river, and whenever you come across this in the game, any game like this, like these, it's just beautiful artwork here. Also, this is the trees,
What happens?
moss hanging down.
What happens?
So how do we get across? You got to pay the fare.
The gold coin.
Yeah, we got the gold coins from the. Look at that.
Dwarf.
The dwarfa.
The boatman accepts your payment and motions for you to climb into the boat.
Yeah, of course.
Do we only have
We
one?
know it's the right thing to do because we got a point for it. If they're taking
The
points away, then it's the wrong
shrouded
thing.
ghoul paddles across the toxic lake to the shore on the other side.
Now we need the sugar cube.
I think I probably should eat this sugar cube right here. But we'll just go ahead and go. I want to do some looking around here.
The shrouded ghoul looks very frightening. His hands are little more than claws, and his face is nearly completely hidden inside the hood of the shroud. He is waiting to ferry you back to the other side of the poisonous lake.
Well, that's nice. He's not just going to leave me.
This area is cold and ominous. Up ahead, dark towers rise from a sinister castle. The path leading up to the entrance is lined with deadly thorns and thick brambles. Gnarled, twisted trees seem to reach out to anyone foolish enough to walk too close. Then again, maybe it's just your imagination.
Well, it's just my imagination running away with me.
This area is cold and ominous. Up ahead, this area is...
Is it cold and ominous? Okay. Oh, all right. Let's get at it.
The sharp thorns brush against your skin. However, instead of feeling intense pain, you only experience a slight tingling sensation. Evidently, the magic sugar cube did its job.
Yo, baby.
What if I want to see what happens if we didn't eat the sugar cube?
Oh man. So we have not eaten the cube. Hold on.
We haven't.
Let me double check. 'Cause I don't want to do this. We have. Okay, there it is. Okay, good. Let's
Talk
just.
to him and skip.
No,
to
no, we don't have to talk to him. Let's just give him the stuff like we already know to do, and because we already know this.
The boatman accepts your payment and motions for you to
I mean, people
climb
that already know what
into
to
the
do, that aren't
boat.
interested in all talking, would probably just go ahead and do this.
I want to see what happens when we hit the.
The shrouded ghoul...
So here we go.
Let's do it.
Ouch! You feel the sharp brambles graze your skin. Your vision blurs and you begin to feel lightheaded.
Oh!
You feel a heavy coldness run through
There's
your entire
poison.
body. Soon you are unable to stand. Finally, even your eyes become too heavy to keep open, and they close for the last time.
That's like something in like.
That's okay.
Oh, that's like deep.
Man, okay. Real cross. Okay. So there's ghosts here. I don't know what to do here.
We have the cube of invincibility.
When you speak to the ghosts, they utter a mournful wail.
I don't know what to
Give
do.
them
The ghosts waver, as if being threatened by even the slightest breeze, yet something holds them in place. It may be nothing more than an intensely strong determination or sense of purpose that keeps the spirits anchored to this world. The main entrance to the castle is a set of heavy wooden doors. It looks to be fairly solid. It also looks to be entirely unwelcoming. The high stone walls of the castle reach up into the mist above you. You can barely discern the tops of the towers several stories up.
check the graves, and I want to see what happens.
I want to see what happens.
Sound like...
Show some respect for the deceased, Graham.
Oh, he doesn't want us to touch it.
I meant to look at him.
Lord Herbert and Lady Lillian, 1646 to 1668.
Them.
Loving parents of Anastasia, beloved son and daughter-in-law of Count Caldor and Countess Lavidia. Our enemies, be warned. Their untimely deaths shall be avenged.
Oh, baby.
But check for...
Lord Herbert and Lady Lillian.
Okay.
Mary Ann Drinkwater, 1230 to 1266.
Marianne.
They had traveled safely for many a day until crossing a bridge along their way. She lost her balance and fell to her fate. He tried to save her, but it was too late. Maria von Trapp, 35 to 65. The hills beckoned, but it was a long way down.
The hills are alive.
Boris and Olga. There was an old couple named Olga and Stovich, who in truth made quite a nice pair. They lived with each other for many long years, till they wound up in each other's hair. Date of death, 1567.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Samuel You Believe, 1255 to 1300. This young man sought to be holy, to save himself from being lowly. He joined the hood and wore their cloth, eventually died from professional sloth. Count Christopher Evere, 1175 to 1200. The young Evere, his time so near, said he, my dear, lend me your ear, please do not fear, my life ends here. Alfred Chamberlain, 810 to 810.
Chamberlain.
He'd not seen his first sunrise, felt not the warmth of dawn. All who saw him wept and cried. To this world he'd come stillborn.
It didn't change.
That's sad.
What happens?
He died. He was a baby. He died when he was born. That's sad.
Oh no.
Okay. Let's look at the one in the middle.
This grave is centrally located within the cemetery. A stone gargoyle rests atop it. You see the name on the headstone and swallow hard. It says, Count Caldor. Died 1646. Though you did not think it possible, you suddenly feel a lot colder.
Let's book out of here. I got a feeling we've been here too long. Let's get inside that. Let's try the cross key. Hold on one second. Let's save.
We've already saved, remember? No cross key.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna save right here.
Let's try it. If we didn't go in that church.
The ghosts are not interested in that.
What? Are you kidding me?
You love library. I thought that's where you went when you were a kid.
See the door behind her seems like it's got a picture on it. I can't tell. When I kind of back up a little bit, it's I don't know. Okay, so let's say. Hang on.
I'm sick. What are you doing?
The ghosts are.
Of course not.
As you approach the ghosts wearing the black cloak, they seem to notice you, and then begin to drift away towards the cemetery.
The black cloak. Go back and see what happens if we don't have the black cloak.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
Yes.
We'll get killed. We'll get killed. I know
I want to see what it looks like.
Dude, we'll get killed. You want to go over there and see what they're doing?
Those are them.
Yeah, this is the two. This is, the people that were killed. So let's...
When you speak to the ghosts, they utter a mournful wail.
Look at their, things and see if they changed. Look at their things.
You mean the tombstone?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have changed. Wait, I still got the money.
Yeah, because you still have to pay him back. To go back across the thing.
No.
Yeah, you do. That's how it works. It says 2, but you only have 1 coin now.
These coins each have the distinctive
What? Should have gave you coins.
Yeah, that is...
Sorry.
He's got his fidget cube. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I mean, the coins. We should have given it to him. I mean, did we haggle with him and say, hey, I guess how much you need? He goes, 3. Oh, good. I got 5. So I have 2 left. Or I just give him the coins.
What if I only gave him 1 coin and then?
As you step further into the cemetery, you can feel your life force slowly being sucked away by the disembodied spirits. You suddenly find yourself unable to move. The ethereal spirits drain the life force right out of your body. You tuck with the spirits and find only the graves.
I just wanted to see what he says. That's hilarious. Oh man, let's try it.
As you approach the ghosts wearing the black cloak, they seem to notice you and then begin to drift away towards the cemetery.
Oh, they think you're Count Caldor.
Maybe they're guarding the door until he gets back.
Yeah.
That's a good. Oh man, you may be right. And they say, oh, there's the cloak. There he is. He's back. So we can go back to the cemetery now instead of guarding the door and scaring off people that aren't supposed to be here. Maybe, yeah. That's logical. Logical.
Yeah.
And when you go over there, you get close. So it looks like a cross.
The main entrance to the castle is a set of heavy wooden doors. It looks to be fairly solid. It also looks to be entirely unwelcoming.
Okay, so hold on.
As you reach to push the massive doors open, you realize there are no handles. The only thing visible is a small keyhole, which slightly resembles a cross.
Oh man, I have to remember the cross. Let's get in here and let's call it a night because we got.
Having an idea, you push the crucifix into the cross-shaped keyhole. It fits. You hear a click, and the door unlocks.
Okay. Let's get inside here and
You push the heavy wooden door open, take a deep breath, and step nervously inside the castle entrance. The moment you enter the great hall of the castle, you begin shivering uncontrollably, and not just from the cold. This place has an air of death wherever you go. As if creeping around this huge castle was not enough, knowing full well that an undead creature resides here would unnerve even the most stout-hearted of adventurers, you feel desperate to get what you came for and anxious to leave as quickly as possible.
No, hold on. Okay. Oh, well, you want to save?
Yeah.
We'll save them in the castle. Okay? But this is where I'm going to end it because it's 8 o'clock, okay?
Oh.
It's time. In the castle.
Wait. How long was that video?
Oh, I think it's probably a longer one. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you really enjoy these videos, give it a thumbs up. I know they're long, but this is a long game. I'm going to split it up into like 15-minute segments. It'll be like 80 videos. So, and plus, you get in playing this game. How long do you figure it's been? Let's just guess. I think it's been about an hour and a half. How do you think?
We've played about like 2 hours. 2.5 hours.
You think it's 2.5 hours? I think it's an hour and a half.
2.5.
We'll see whenever we stop.
Wait, right now?
Yeah.
Or all together?
No. Right, this game. Right
oh, then like an hour and a half.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's about an hour and a half. So, I enjoyed playing this game. I love playing with you because you seem to know stuff. It's like, I don't know, you just got good ideas about stuff. Like, the reason, like, the ghost wandered away.
Yeah.
After they saw the cloak, they think it's him.
But
when we walk over there and we walk closer, they're like, oh, it's not him.
Because
he's closer, yeah.
Because they think, well, he would never come out here.
Right, he'd go inside the castle. He wouldn't come over here.
Yeah.
They're just like the guard dogs. And when he leaves, they go to the front door and kind of guard it and scare anybody away that might come up there. Yeah. See, I wouldn't even thought about that, man. Came up with that all year? Man, that's pretty good. Okay, so anyway, 113 points of 185. We're going to see if we can get max points on this, okay? I want to.
If we can't, we might have to start it
over. We'll see. Okay, so we'll see
I'm
you guys.
pretty sure if we do, it gives us an achievement.
I think we'll get some achievements, yeah. Okay, so anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back as soon as we can with the next episode of King's Quest II, Romancing the Stones. Oh, let's say it like the boatman. King's Quest II, Romancing the Stones.
I sound like this.
My name's Oliver. I like to go out on the lake in my boat.
That wasn't me.
Okay. Bye,
That
guys.
was Dad. Bye. Bye.
You're back. You're back.
Dost thou truly wish to see Sour
And I noticed that when he put the cloak on, all the animation, he has a cloak on.
I know.
It's like it changed, like in the old lady's house. That was really cool. Dost thou really wish to end our... Okay. That hurts my throat, man. That guy's got a strong voice.